This is the first time that sails are set on the INEOS test boat, which is testing on the Bay of Palma. Giles Scott talks to Justin Chisholm about the ongoing commissioning of the yacht.
Giles, we saw sails on the boat today. It's a great day, I think. What was the objective when you went out on the water today?
Well, yeah, as you say, today was the first day with sails up on the water, so really a commissioning day. We had a lot of control, rig and sails items that we just had to tick off and get through, which resulted in a very long day, both on shore and on the water too.
Before I ask you more about today, can you tell us what the delay has been? It seems you've done a lot less sailing than everybody else. Is there a reason for that, or is this on schedule?
Well, yeah, we haven't done as much sailing as everyone, and really we've just been trying to get the boat commissioned up. As we've said in the past, these boats are incredibly complicated. Ours is censored up to the ream and has an awful lot of control, and yeah, the guys have just been working through it to get us out on the water.
Do you think your boat is more complex than the other LEQs that we've seen?
I've never been on board another one, so I'd have absolutely no idea.
Okay. Now, sails on the boat today. We saw you taking a little time to hoist the twin skin mainsail. Can you tell us what was going on there?
Yeah, we had a few issues with some battens clashing against the back of the rig. So yeah, we came back down, made some adjustments, and rehoisted up to the lock. But yeah, we had two goes at it.
So you mentioned a halyard lock there. We saw one of the support crew up the rig a couple of times.
Yeah.
Was that what he was working on the halyard lock?
Well, it's the first time we've put sails up the rig whilst it's been in the boat on the water. So yeah, we'd always have a rigger up the top of the rig just to check that everything's lining up as it should be up there.
Just explain the use of a halyard lock on these boats. I guess it's because there's lots of compression on the mast.
Yeah, it ultimately terminates the head of the sail against the rig, stops you having to run a line down in the middle of the rig, which isn't great. It's yeah, pretty standard feature on any fast falling boat now.
Just talk to me a little bit more about the sails themselves now. Are these custom built for this boat, custom designed?
Yeah, they are. They're custom designed. You know, I suppose they're reasonably similar to what you see on the AC40 as well, the one design boat. But no, yeah, these are all designed and built in-house, or built through North Sails.
And in terms of everything fitting, it's always a bit of a nerve-wracking time. First time you put sails up on any boat.
Yeah, it is, and you know, it's no real surprise that we had to have two goes at hoisting, but that's, you know, it was part and package of a commissioning day like today.
Now, then we saw you doing some sailing. We saw a couple of tacks. No foiling, kind of unassisted.
Yeah.
Was that part of the plan? Were you trying to foil, or?
Well, we had a process that we really wanted to load the boat up nice and slow. In displacement, wind wasn't really playing ball. It was light all day today, and well, as you can see now, we ran out of light. Would have been nice to keep going, but yeah, sunset came along.
What's ideal conditions for you to sail this boat?
Oh, I think these boats are going to be up and going and great racing from 7 knots through to 20, maybe a bit under. Yeah.
So we saw you do some towing.
About 3 minutes.
That's it. Okay. How long's he gone?
That is 3 minutes.
Is that 3 minutes? One last.
You're done. We're done.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, Giles.
You've got to stop asking such hard questions that you get longer.
This is the weekly Sailing World on Water for December 23, 2022. These are highlights of the sport, globally, in the last 7 days. New York Yacht Club American Magic Yacht Patriot was towed outside of the Pensacola Bay in the afternoon to find bigger swells, and were absolutely sending it on long runs that saw the recon ribs struggle to keep up. There were several instances where the main hull was on top of the wave and the foil was in the trough. During those instances, Patriot would quickly come off the foil, as there appeared to be no water under the foil.
Hi, I'm Cooper Dressler, and I'm one of the athletes for American Magic.
Great. Well, we went offshore today. How did it go out there?
Yeah, it went really well, actually. It was challenging just to get the main up and get all set up for sailing. Pretty rough sea state. But yeah, by the time we got going, it was pretty nice, and the breeze gradually dropped off throughout the day, but we got a lot of good sailing in.
Okay. Do you perform any other roles on the boat?
At the moment, no. Right now, I'm just part of the power team, so we're riding the bikes, as everyone knows now. And yeah, we sort of just manage, you know, how much oil we're producing, and that's kind of the only real thing going on for me right now.
Okay. Were there any breakages today?
Today, no. Yeah, it was a good day. Nothing broke. Did have one instance where we lost power to the boat, electrical power, but am I allowed to say that? I don't know. The battery tripped, so on the CAN system.
What are the biggest challenges going out in the sea state that we saw this morning?
It's hard to say, because at the beginning it was pretty challenging, but it got a lot easier throughout the rest of the day. But in the beginning, it was just really hard to get set up. It was almost impossible to have a side tow going. We actually had to do a long tow off the bow just while we were hoisting the main and getting the jib up. So it's really challenging when you can't even have anyone, you know, any of your support team near the yacht while you're trying to get ready to go sailing.
Okay. When you know you're going to have a high, very physical day, are there any special preparations that you do for yourself to make sure you have enough output?
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely, as everyone has heard of, carbo loading. You want to make sure you get enough carbohydrates ahead of any big efforts. We like to generally use really easily digestible snacks like gels, you know, shakes, stuff like that, and a little bit of caffeine never hurts.
Okay. Who was trimming what on the boat today? We noticed a few of the regulars not on board.
Yeah, so you had Goody and Tom splitting sides for driving, helming, and then Andrew Campbell on flight control, Michael Menager on the offside flight control, and Lucas Calabrese was trimming the mainsail.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when we had the little tip over early in the week, or last week, I mean, we noticed that it looked like some of the guys on the leeward side were kind of halfway or totally submerged. Mm-hmm. What are the challenges in preparations or training for getting out from underneath the mainsail?
Yeah, we definitely like to practice swimming underwater using our spare air in all of our sailing gear, so that includes your life jacket and your shoes and your helmet. So it is challenging, but we luckily, literally the day before we capsized, we actually had a safety training day where we practiced some of the drills, and part of that is swimming under the dock, simulating being trapped under the mainsail. So the guys who were on the leeward side, who did get in the water, they were ready for it, and they did a great job. They got unclipped, got out of the cockpit, and everyone was safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
UK Olympic coach John Emmett talks to Mickey Beckett, ILCA 7 sailor from Britain, at the 5th Portugal Grand Prix, Round 1, where they experienced big seas and winds in the Villamora venue.
Pretty close on the points then?
Yeah, no, I think it was close. It was closer than Chris though. Anyway, he's dreadful at maths. That's what we learned today.
Hi, I'm John Emmett. I'm at the Villamora Sailing Grand Prix. It's the 5th time we've had this event here, and it's the first round. The man to my left probably needs no introduction. It's Mickey Beckett from the UK, who won with a race to spare.
I thought I did, and my coach Chris Gowers told me I did. And then after the final race, having cruised around having a lovely time, he said, what I told you wasn't actually true. So just as well he didn't come worse than whatever it was, 4th or 5th.
Oh right, I was thinking that you and you and Elliot have maybe done a 1-2. It's pretty close on the points then.
Yeah, no, I think it was close. It was closer than Chris though. Anyway, he's dreadful at maths. That's what we learned today. It's actually been a while since we've raced in some big waves, so quite varied conditions. We had a bit of chop today, and then on the first day it was kind of light winds and big waves, and then it became big wind and big waves, and yeah, it was good. Enjoyed it.
I mean, for the benefit of the people at home, we literally had 2 days roughly in a westerly and 1 day roughly in an easterly. Would you go along with that?
Yeah, couldn't criticise that at all. Spot on.
And 1 day of staying on shore.
Yeah, 1 day sat around in the sun. That was nice as well. I enjoyed that. Haven't seen the sun for a while.
And what do you think about the place as a venue and how you're going to be scheduling your training going forward over the winter?
Yeah, here it's good. It's nice. It's like a little harbour, and then you go out, and then you're straight into like big ocean waves. Right now at home, it's what, like 2 degrees, 40 knots, and just generally.
Or worse.
Yeah, and nothing works as well. So, you know, being here is very, very nice. And then very fortunately, or very luckily, we're going to Australia in a week for kind of 6-7 weeks of training, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, nothing to complain about really.
I mean, you've done a really good job this week. The next World Championships is the start of the Olympic qualification for the countries.
Yeah.
How do you see it going? Because the competition level seems to be getting higher and higher.
Yeah, it will not be easy. Nothing in this fleet is easy. No, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't actually been to the venue, The Hague, but everyone says, you know, tide and big waves. So.
If you've enjoyed big waves here, you're going to love The Hague, I guess.
Yeah, and we're kind of lucky in the UK. We've got a lot of places similar to that on the south coast that we can train and go get washed away in the tide and learn something, I guess. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much for your time. We're here in Portugal, and it's just about time to go and watch the final of the World Cup.
Yes. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, share and subscribe.
Regular viewers of The World on Water will recognise that we are huge fans of the IMOCA foiling and non-foiling yacht series, and we are happy to bring you the best moments of their 2022 season.
J'ai hâte de naviguer.
Donc on est tous hyper fiers du boulot qui a été fait. Beaucoup d'émotions, de plaisir.
We are excited to see if the boat actually sails well and if it's all panning out.
Une dizaine de nœuds là, tranquillement vers la ligne d'arrivée. La première victoire en solitaire en IMOCA. Dès la semaine prochaine, attaquer la préparation de la Vendée Arctique, puis une course qui sera sûrement plus dure que la route du Rhum.
Ça y est, c'est parti pour la Vendée Arctique des Sables d'Olonne. Ça part fort. Direction Islande.
Voilà, ça envoie du tech. Sur la patate, faut pas être malheureux sur un bateau comme ça. Hein. C'est un bombard.
T'échapperas pas à gros coup de baston là-haut avec 40-45 de fichiers.
It's been really hard and it's not over yet.
C'est ambiance Atlantique Nord quand même. Hein.
C'est complètement taré quoi. Ça va tellement vite. Yes, premier sur la ligne.
Très vite, au Sables d'Olonne. Et bah quelle course! Ça je peux vous dire, c'est des images qu'on verra pas beaucoup. Un IMOCA en Islande quoi. Ah c'est un truc de ouf quoi.
Je suis très heureux d'avoir traversé la Loire pour être venu rejoindre les Bretons à Lorient.
On discute du programme de course, de l'avenir, et puis on va parler un petit peu de la sustainability, c'est-à-dire tout ce qu'on peut faire autour de notre classe et de nos bateaux pour qu'on ait de moins en moins d'impact sur l'environnement.
Nous, en tant que classe, on va essayer de continuer aussi le rôle de créer des liens entre les gens parce que c'est, je pense, le plus important pour que les projets aussi puissent aboutir.
l'ouverture, c'est la dernière confrontation avant la route du Rhum, donc j'ai envie de me bagarrer quoi. Donc j'y vais pour aller m'amuser sur l'eau, et m'amuser sur l'eau, c'est me bagarrer forcément.
Vraiment un challenge d'être au départ, donc c'est vraiment nos premières heures de navigation.
C'est la première course pour l'initiative Patriot et l'équipe a fait un énorme effort pour y arriver.
C'est parti pour ces 48 heures du défi Azimut. Il y a quand même un invité à bord. Ah, il y a Robin qui est le médiaman. Vous faire vivre l'aventure et puis on va essayer de faire des belles images.
Ce bateau, c'est incroyable.
C'est la dernière répétition avant la route du Rhum, donc beaucoup de positifs sur la course.
Départ un peu sport, mais bon ça y est on est parti.
J'ai passé la voie de frein, le soleil vient de se coucher à l'instant.
Notre troisième soirée à bord du bateau. Le chemin est vraiment pas évident à trouver. Bon, la route va être longue. Hein.
Absolutely trash my mainsail. The rest of the race at one reef only.
Là il y a plus que 25 nœuds de vent maintenant.
On est rentré un peu, ça fly. C'est pas de turbo cette affaire.
Ça fait du bien quand même quand ça commence à glisser. C'est quand même mieux que... Là on est passé de la techno. Ah là c'est plus rock'n'roll. Ça va être chouette.
Conditions tranquilles comme vous pouvez le voir, il y a autour d'une dizaine de nœuds de vent, on est au portant, ça glisse tout seul, plutôt agréable.
We'll be there very soon. Cheers.
77 miles to go. I can see land.
On est dans les Alizés, direction Pointe-à-Pitre. La dernière ligne droite vers la Guadeloupe.
Ah, ça va vite. C'est les couleurs qu'on aime. C'est vraiment un truc de malade.
Ah, donc encore 36 heures de course. Ah, je crois que c'est la plus belle. Celle-là, elle est particulière de par l'engagement qu'on a tous mis.
Ah, il sort une copie monstrueux.
C'est la fin d'une belle saison, en fait. Une saison bien remplie. La dernière course pour moi sur ce bateau. C'est pas mal parce qu'on a terminé 100% des courses auxquelles on a participé. Encore un beau palmarès avec le bateau sur les 4 ans, hein. C'est quand même super quoi.
Le bilan de cette année, il se termine sur cette route du Rhum. Beaucoup de plaisir, de bonheur partagé de tout un groupe, d'arriver ici en tête. C'est clairement la course où on n'a jamais eu autant d'IMOCA sur la ligne de départ. Là. Je pense que la classe IMOCA en train de prendre une direction, une dimension assez incroyable. J'ai hâte de voir ce que ça donnera l'année prochaine.
Victory was for Team IMOCA in Oman, but Charisma dominated the 44 Cup season. On the concluding day the results were close with Team Aqua, Team IMOCA, and Aleph Racing, separated by just 1 point for the lead. But the results would not only have a bearing on the event scoreline, but on those overall for the season.
The final day of the 44 Cup Oman was one of the most intense ever, with the results tight and changing after every race. The outcome of this event also affecting that of the season overall. While Charisma started today with the 2022 44 Cup season win secured, the remaining podium positions were still to be decided, as there were two for the 44 Cup Oman. After the first race of the day, which Artemis Racing won by a huge margin, the top four boats, Team Nika, Artemis Racing, Aleph Racing and Team Aqua, were still just separated by 5 points. With Team Nika scoring a bullet in race 2 and Artemis Racing getting buried in the fleet, Team Nika went into the final race with a 6-point lead, but behind her just 5 points separated Artemis Racing, Team Aqua, Aleph Racing and Charisma. After making great gains, jibing early on the last run, Nico Poons' Charisma won the last race to take the final spot on the podium behind Artemis Racing. Team Nika held on to her lead to claim the 44 Cup Oman, a repeat of her victory here in 2014.
It was a fierce competition, it was challenging. Sometimes the weather was too difficult. I mean, yesterday it was like a lottery, but otherwise it's great. We're looking forward to come back, and it's very enjoyable, and it was a lot of fun this regatta, a lot of fun, not just like we're winning, but also the process is important, the road, not the end.
In the overall tour results, Charisma, with 3 wins in 5 events, was the standout victor, finishing 2022 7 points ahead of CREF, in turn tied on points with Team Nika.
Oh, challenging. We didn't do so well as previous regattas, but yeah, it was challenging. The first day we did well, standing second, and then we dropped back, and today we catched up again. So we finished third, but well enough to win the overall year.
So another 44 Cup season comes to an end. New thrills are coming in 2023 with hardware updates, new owners, new boats and new crews. We'll see you then.
December 21st in the Bay of Angels, the Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli sailing team were busy perfecting sailing techniques, with helmsman Francesco Bruni and Marco Gradona concentrating on light air takeoffs in the morning sessions, where the wind, from the northwest filtering over the mountain range behind, struggled to get above 9 knots.
I'd like to begin from this morning. We saw some unusual checks on boat. Can you tell us what issues you're trying to?
I mean, this morning, as usual, these boats are pretty complex on the systems, and we're always changing some little things and tweaks. And it's normal not for us to do some structural tests before going out sailing, and this is one of them. So we just went through a routine procedure on it. So it was something normal that we're always doing in these kind of boats. Yeah.
Great. And yeah, obviously short day on the water. Can you tell us about the issue?
Yeah, it was a pretty tricky day, in terms of weather. It was not easy, inside was less wind, outside we were trying to get a window to get something out of the day. And as usual, the most of it is you have the crew training, get used to the boat, trying to push it to the limits. Now that they're pretty familiar with the boat and getting used to push it to good speed, and give some answers that we always have in the design team to go forward in the development of new stuff, and especially also to know and understand more for the big boat. That's one of our main goals. And the water was pretty short. We had a little bit of an issue on one of the foils, but nothing to be worried about, and we will be back in the water pretty soon. Yeah, it's a fairing that is there, and then we had a little bit of an issue on this fairing that just popped out. Just need to point it back again, and we'll be back. Next week we'll be there in the water again.
So okay, what would you say is the plan for the upcoming days? I saw forecast light.
Yeah, it's not. Until the break, the Christmas break, is not the weather is not looking very good. But I think we can pull out a couple of days before before a break, that would be great to have a good finish in all this development and year that has been pretty tough for all of us, from the show design and the full team in general. They have put a lot of effort on this boat, and I think that we achieved nearly all the goals that we wanted to achieve until this point in the campaign.
So on the development side, is there any big improvements planned for the next couple of days, or would you shift it to January?
Yeah, in development, I mean, as usual, little things, but most is out of the crew to really understand and get used to the boat and move forward for next year, see what's in front of us, and for sure we will be working in the development of the boat through the whole next year.